Hey beautiful people, today we are going to talk about a topic that is far from beautiful. We are going to discuss 5 most common types of psychological abuse or emotional abuse that could be happening in your relationship right now, and you might not even know about it. But this will explain why you feel so bad. My name is Darina and I'm doing my psychology postgrad in Australia. Let's get started. Very often we underestimate the influence of psychological violence on us because it's something that can't be noticed with the naked eye. When there is physical violence present, a bruise or injury can be obvious proof to others that something is not right, and you can seek help or someone can offer you help. However, the destructive nature of psychological violence is greatly underestimated in society because there aren't even legal tools for punishment, and even if they exist, how can you prove that this is what actually happens in your relationship? So what are the consequences of psychological abuse? And they are much worse than you can think. It is a broken psyche, it is panic and anxiety disorders which stop you from living normally, going to work, seeing your friends, etc. It is social isolation from family and friends. It is inadequate perception of yourself and feeling that you are dumb and always saying something inappropriate. It can be badly damaged or completely destroyed self-esteem that of course will hinder you from achieving goals in your life, building a career, and so on. It is depression, and in the most severe cases it is suicide. So I think I've convinced you guys that it is very important to know the signs of emotional abuse and prevent it from happening to you. So what is psychological abuse? Let's use a bit of professional terminology here. Psychological abuse involves the regular and deliberate use of a range of words and non-physical actions used to manipulate, hurt, weaken, or frighten a person mentally and emotionally. Now, let's move on to real-world scenarios. The first type of emotional abuse would be neglect. If I had to describe an emotionally neglectful relationship in one word, it probably would be lonely. It's as if you have someone right beside you, but they are 1,000 miles away emotionally. You can see them, but you can't feel their presence. You can talk to them, but you can't talk the way you want to. You are with them, but you feel alone. Neglect involves ignoring both the emotional and physical needs of a partner. Some emotional neglect involves feeling like you are talking to a wall and your feelings, good or bad, are not heard. Your partner is not your go-to person and you don't see the point of discussing anything with them. Physical neglect involves ignoring the physical needs of a partner when needed the most, or vice versa, forcing the partner into decisions that can have an impact on health, such as surgeries. For example, if the woman is heavily pregnant and she cannot perform certain tasks like lacing her boots, the neglectful partner would not even care about this. Or if a man is sick and has a fever, a normal caring partner would try to comfort him, make a soup or call a doctor, while the neglectful partner would just ignore it. The second type of emotional abuse is victim blaming. Victim blaming is a type of violence where responsibility for abusive behavior is transferred to the victim of abuse. In simple words, I'm doing something bad because of you. I cheated because you haven't been a good and caring partner. I gambled because I was stressed since we had this argument that you started, and so on. I think you guys got the idea. By the way guys, if you get value from this video, I would like to ask you to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It will really help me as a new creator to develop this channel. The next one is gaslighting. The main goal of gaslighting is to change a person's understanding of reality and convince them that their perception of the world, events, or memories is not right or not true. A person who is under this form of psychological violence constantly feels flawed and insane. What phrases does a gaslighter use? I haven't said that. You just have a very bright imagination. I haven't said anything offensive, you are just too sensitive. I haven't flirted with your best friend, you are just too jealous or had too much to drink, and so on. Next one is self-gaslighting. Self-gaslighting occurs when you doubt that you are adequate after certain partner's behavior. For example, the girl caught her partner taking drugs at the party. Instead of explaining anything, he just disappeared without explanation. Silence and escape put the victim into the situation of illogicality and forced the brain to search for answers to such behavior. And because the majority of victims are decent people who judge the abuser by their own behavior, their conclusion will be that they misunderstood something, otherwise he would explain. And in addition, the girl will call and apologize, saying, "Sorry, I probably didn't understand something." And the guy, if he is a skilled manipulator, can even add something, playing the offended partner, saying, "How could you even think that about me? I stormed off because I felt offended and humiliated by your questioning." And the fifth type of psychological violence is withholding. Withholding involves changing the subject of conversation or making fun on the subject of conversation. The good analogy here would be trying to hold a wet soap in your hands. It constantly slips through, I don't know, you can't say through your fingers, but you can't catch it. Let's have a real life example. Say you want to have a conversation with your partner and you get this: "Let's speak tomorrow, I'm tired." And this tiredness can continue for weeks or months. Or they can say, "Why do you always choose the wrong time for a discussion? Why do you keep ruining the evening with your talks when I'm already feeling bad?" You can agree with me, guys, that after such communication there is always a feeling of dissatisfaction. Also, in addition to your unmet emotional needs, adds on the feeling of guilt. So as a result, you can get the impression that you cannot be spoken to. Of course, guys, each situation has to be looked into individually to see if it is a single incident or if it is their usual pattern of behavior. But if it is a usual pattern, this is a big warning sign and you need to ask yourself, are you actually happy? Why are they acting like that towards you? And of course, what can you do in this situation? Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and whatever video is here, I know you need to watch it because it's gonna be super useful. Have a wonderful day ahead.